get this party started. Hello, people. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know it's been a while, but we're going to try to see if we can get on a schedule starting this week. Obviously not Saturdays, that won't happen. We are currently in the midst of convention season. So anyway, I'm Dr. Solo Perry, the director of Ka-Pow, the Comic Art Academy, and we're just going to get some sketching done today. You see here the storm piece that I'm finishing up for a commission client. I'm trying to get all these commissions done because we are, as I said earlier, we are like in the middle of convention season, and I've been truly fortunate since launching Ka-Pow and re-entering the comic book space after so long away, that people are really digging what I'm laying down. I mean, it's kind of like what we go for, right? You know, as artists. So yeah, when you're welcome, if you guys are new here, please sound off, let me know that you're here. Until then, I will just be doing the thing, doing the art thing. I think I got everything set up right. And we're working on this storm sketch cover. Yes, another sketch cover. I'm finishing this up for a client that's long overdue. He's been so gracious and patiently waiting. And so this, along with a string of a few others that I have absolutely got to knock out sooner rather than later. If you have any questions about the tools that I'm using, or any techniques, or even about Ka-Pow, the Comic Art Academy, feel free to let me know. That's what I'm here for. We are growing here at Ka-Pow. Again, I'm so humbled and blessed and fortunate. We have a new instructor that just started, who is another all-star draft pick, and you know, bringing his decades of knowledge and teaching experience to help other artists, aspiring artists, tell their stories in a compelling way. And you know, I'm excited, man. I'm truly blessed. And after so long in law enforcement, and you know, having to just settle for, you know, part-time professional work, things that I could get in and get out. Now that I'm retired, and you know, in granddad phase and entrepreneur phase, I can just kind of lean all the way in and just keep it very ideal, you know. So yeah, make sure you guys are picking up the music and stuff okay. Make sure. Are you guys picking me up okay? Make sure you guys are picking me up okay. I'm getting bars and resonance. So I'm hoping you guys are picking me up okay. If not, let me know. I did just do a system update, so I'm sure you all can relate on all the things that happen whenever you do a system update. I don't do them often, but every once in a while, the digital gods demand a sacrifice. Just laying in these clouds here. Time for your boy to get some more Copic refills for sure. Can't believe I've been working enough with commissions and the occasional passion project to but to be honest, you know, this selling of original art is still very, very new to me. I've always worked, you know, work for hire and freelance work, so this is new but welcome territory for me. I don't even think that I approached this one the right way, but we're going to see it through. You know, especially when you're working in certain mediums, your pre-planning is so important. I'm going to take this, and then I'm just going to, while it's still kind of wet, the lighter color eats into the darker color and softens the edges a little bit, so we get more of that cloud feel. But it's so important to kind of get to them a little early while they're still kind of moist. You see those? I don't know if you guys can pick it up, but the edges are softening a little bit. And I'm not going too far into the core of the darker shape. I'm just kind of skirting along the edges here. I'm pushing it around to kind of soften it up, to give that soft, billowy feel. And hopefully you guys can't hear it. I'm actually, you know, part of my background noise is the TV. So I kind of got Yellow Jackets going on in the background. Okay, if you guys are joining, thank you for popping in. Got any questions, feel free to ask. I'm an open book. And hopefully a source of some hopefully you find me a source of some good information. I'll do my best not to steer you wrong. These cores right here a little bit more so that we can really make our hair pop. I'm trying to just use the hair, since it's white, it's just negative space. Happy Saturday, y'all. I'm gonna be leaving. I'm not gonna be streaming long today because I'm going to go check out. Finally, want to go ahead and check out the Flash. until I was in no rush to see it, which is saying a lot because my son and I, we try to catch new superhero joints as soon as they come out, and The Flash has been put on the back burner until today. You know, Flash is already, as it is, a hard sell character. But when you have all the issues that that Warner Brothers has had to date, not only with the superhero movies in general, but with the Flash in particular, and all the hands that have changed places, that is troublesome, to say the least. We'll say troublesome, to say the least. Yeah, troublesome's a good word. Troublesome's a good word. I'm using little circles here, little circular movements to add some randomness to the softening. See, I'm just kind of going back and forth. This is kind of the plight to make sure that the areas that you lay down, they don't dry completely. So you can still manipulate them. I admittedly don't work often enough in Copics, but now that the school is, now that we got new instructors in, and I got a new, well, not a new, but a dedicated function in promoting and, you know, doing cons. I'll be at Capital City Comic-Con next weekend in Lansing, Michigan. Possibly with one of my students who lives out there. So if you're there in Capital City, come check me out. I'll also be doing some panels, which is a new experience for me. Public speaking is not a new experience for me, admittedly, but comic book panels is. I've never done one before. I don't even know if people really attend those things like that anymore. I don't know. I don't. There's a lot I don't know when it comes to the convention scene today. And I'm putting these darker edges here to really make her pop, taking some contrast, and bringing some of these really close to her body outline. And the thing to also remember, Copics, even though you may have, like this is a C4 that I'm using right here, even though this is a C4, you can layer it. And so every time you pass, you usually have like a 3-pass saturation level with these markers. And so On the third pass, it's going to get, you know, the first pass is going to be the base color that you have in your hand, and you can really kind of build it up to 3 passes, and at that point it's pretty saturated. So I'm really just trying to build this up so that these kind of read like random storm clouds. And I don't know if the camera's good enough to kind of pick it up. Like this is another pass with the C4 on an already dried pass of C4, and you can kind of see it build up a little bit. I don't know if the camera picks it up. And you really don't know the true color until it dries. That's the thing with most alcohol markers. Unlike certain paints like, you know, gouache and even certain watercolors, you can kind of get a really good feel for what you got even before it passes. But with Copics, obviously it looks darker while it's still wet. So this is a quick Saturday stream. I know Saturdays aren't popular days, but this is more for me to kind of get me into the habit of streaming and starting to get a schedule with Ka-Pow's streams. I'm also going to have some guests on here occasionally, some buddies of mine from the industry. Sometimes we'll draw, sometimes we'll just chat. So yeah. So you're checking this live on replay. Check us out. Go to kapowschool.com. We only have, well, I know that the display says 9 seats available. We just conducted, my assistant just had 3 interviews this week, and it's likely that they're going to enroll. So it's probably going to be, by the next time I stream, it's probably going to be 6 seats available. And I don't do marketing employees. We're trying to build a culture here with steady, controlled growth. You know, really trying to build the community and the culture of Ka-Pow as an entity. And so, not playing the big numbers game, you know, not playing the big numbers game. Not a fan of that game anyway. I'm a fan of quality over quantity. And so far, our students, the ones that have stuck it out, they are high quality people and well on their way to become a high quality artist, making their visual storytelling dreams a reality. It's like all this music is always at varying levels. See, there we go. Bump it up. in between that that C4 and that C6. This is C4 and C6. So I might just do like a quick pass of C5, which is a darker than the C4. It may add a little bit of depth just on that C6 going on in there in the core. Hey son, what's happening? You done streaming? You done overwatching? Yeah, the client, he's excited about this. Just got home all from gym. Were they hooping? Some good runs? Yeah, there's that. It is LA Fitness. And not the LA Fitness of the golden era. We kind of take what we can get at this point. Storm clouds are a little bit busier than I hoped. Should have done bigger masses, but he liked it, so. Eventually I'm gonna learn how to just do straight up sketches on sketch covers instead of trying to do quite totally finished pieces of art. Keep it at the sketch phase. But he's been waiting so long for this, I really want to give him something nice. You know, since mom's passing, and he's been patient and waiting, and yeah. So yeah, I want to give the guy something nice. I sent him a shot of it. Told him I was putting the last 10% on here right now, and he lost his stuff because he wasn't expecting something as finished as this. But you know, professionals is going above and beyond, right? That's what we do. That's what we do. We go above and beyond. Especially when customers have shown they're willing to rock with you. And when you see, I'm gonna ask him to send me a photo of this or video in his Storm collection. This dude, when he told me that when he showed me his collection and the people and the artists that were in it, Jim Lee, Neil Adams, just a plethora of who's who in comics, and his brother was like, "You belong in my collection." You know, he had literally the gold mine of artists, both of yesteryear and current, in his collection, and so I definitely will make a piece that's worthy to be in it. I'm like, I want to make a piece that. I'm like, come on, man. I'm gonna be on the wall with all the big wigs in his collection. He has money, and the dude's got money. He's got money, you know, and all he collects is Storm. All he collects is Storm, the weather witch, the goddess. He showed me that video. I wish I could pull it up. I think it expired on Instagram because I tried to open it up again to show somebody else and I couldn't. But I'm asking him to send me a really high quality footage once he gets it framed or whatever he's gonna do. And you know you got a collection when you tell another dude you deserve to be on my wall. Like I should be privileged. And when I saw it, I was like, yeah, that's a privilege. I'm like, who are you again? I had to check my ego at the door because when I saw who he had, I was like, oh my gosh. He's like, there's no bums in my collection, not one. I was like, dude, his name's Terrence. I think he lives in Colorado, but I know he travels the world. Young brother in his 30s. Yeah. He loves him from Storm. I can't hate. What's not to love about Storm? What time does the show start? For you guys, this is my son, Mr. Melly TV. Check him out. He's streaming. We're supposed to go see The Flash. $4:15, cool. My baby's at. My grandchildren. My peanut peach pie. Oh, the Ramoses for the wedding. Ramoses' house? Oh, for his son's party. Baby party. I swear that family got something going on every weekend. They got something going on every weekend. They got something going on every weekend. That is like the craziest thing. Every weekend. Every weekend. I'm like, y'all don't believe in chilling. Y'all just don't believe in a lazy Saturday or Sunday. That's what you're marrying into. It could be worse though. At least they value family. It could always be worse. The fact that they value family says it all. Yeah. We were talking about that. We were talking about that. You can't have every weekend. Yeah, you work hard. You definitely work hard. There's no one can say that, man. I mean, your days be full. You know. Well, you work hard for your generation. Let's say that. For your generation, I can't hate. For your generation, I can't hate. You get it in. That you do. Now I'm about to lay down some. I'm about just to get a darker pencil, not black, and just to kind of really define her hair edges. For the half compliment. For your generation, it's relative. I didn't work as hard as the baby boomers. You know, we didn't have to. It's not a slight. Granny and who was World War II and Mama, who was baby boomer, they always called me lazy. You know what I mean? But compared to them, they were the hardest working generation ever. You know. No, it is. It's relevant. You know what I mean? Technology comes and, you know, the job landscape changes, you know, it's relative to how you grew up. You know what I mean? Y'all not supposed to work as hard as us. If y'all did, that means society hasn't progressed. You know, we haven't evolved in the workplace. We haven't evolved with technology. Now I could edge this out in white, but I'd rather use the gray to kind of gray of the pencil to kind of blend in with the clouds and kind of add my definitions there to really make her hair kind of like it's kind of glowing. And then I'm gonna finish it up with some white splatter. So yeah, for those of you who are watching replay, thank you guys for peeking in. I'm Dr. Solo Perry. I am the founder and the director of Ka-Pow, the Comic Art Academy. Industry professional instructor. And we help people bring their stories to life, those who want to learn the comic craft. And this is just some light lifting, just to kind of get me back into the streaming on Ka-Pow. I stream on my other platform, which is also, if you're on Twitch, you can actually find it in the description. Honor Studios. I stream there several times a week. Yeah, I'm gonna start streaming on this one at about 6 to 8 hours a week starting Monday. I actually wrote down my streaming schedule, so I'm gonna do half and half. I'm gonna start off with 6 hours, do 3 2-hour sessions here on Ka-Pow, then I'm gonna do 3 2-hour sessions a week on Honor Studios. Because Ka-Pow is growing, and now that we have somebody in the classroom, we're teaching summer school started. I got to do my job and let people know that we exist, you know, and that we know what we're talking about. All right. So yeah, right now I'm about to switch to it. This is a Molotov acrylic marker, and this is what I'm gonna use just kind of add the lightning tendrils. And I like really playing up the lightning. Having 2 twitches sounds crazy. I know, right? The beautiful thing is that they're all related. You know what I mean? And here's the funny thing. Again, it's a generational thing. You are a huge inspiration for me, because you do about that by yourself on your live stream, on your one channel, right? You're pulling in some real hours on your one, and so I'm like, okay, I'm going to split pretty much your efforts amongst 2, right? Enough to keep the algorithm appeased, let people know that we exist. And this is a weird time. I know it's Saturday. I really wasn't expecting nobody to come in. That's probably why I did it this way. But until this channel gets affiliate status, it allows me to stream on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. It is hard enough to build up one. It is, you know, but we're playing a long game, right? We're playing a long game. So now I'm about to get some paint spatter. I'm about to get some paint spatter. I want to add a few little highlights here and there in her costume to kind of let, you know, play up. We're playing a long game. You know what I mean? So, and I believe it's going to pay off. It's already paying off for you. You know. I'm really playing up the detail for this guy, but again, this guy has been waiting almost 2 years for me to finish this. And it doesn't take 2 years to do this, folks. It's just been a lot going on. My mom passed. Then, you know, having to take care of my healing and the healing of my family. It was about priorities, really. So it was more about priorities than it was about how long something like this actually takes. Gonna add a little bit of piping to our costume. little seam here. Seam here. Right. Little deflection here. I was going to add lightning coming out of her eyes, but because of all of the white in her hair. So now what I'm about to do is I'm about to add a little bit of splatter. So on a second while I get a plastic card. Got my white ink. How do I sound, man? Because I literally could stream all day. And so, but here's the funny thing, like when you stream, unlike you and other native video gamers that are here on Twitch, what I've noticed is that when I start a piece here on Twitch, I rarely like how it looks when I get off of it because of the distraction of the interaction, right? And so, especially with me starting pages for Honor Studios, I can't, the distraction is significant when I'm streaming, right? It's significant. And so, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Oh, that's not working too well. That's too much. Yeah, that's my point. You're absolutely right. My point is I'm trying to make streaming, I'm trying to treat it like a part-time job. That's why I'm gonna start off with 12 hours a week starting next week, and then go up to 16 hours a week of just streaming. Because I think that if I stream more, I won't have to do as many comic book conventions, right? Because people have access to me. Now we're just kind of adding kind of the splatter effect there. I don't know if you can see that. That's coming up through the camera. But a little splatter to kind of show the impact of the oh, we're definitely gonna talk about it. Twitch goes, as far as Twitch goes, not Honor Studios. I know what you mean, but yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll definitely talk about it. Yeah, it really is just about like several times on Honor Studios when I'm streaming and I started a piece on Honor Studios on the Twitch. When I get off, I'm like, oh, that anatomy's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. This is like really subtle, y'all. I don't know if this camera's even picking this up. But it looks good on this end. I'm just gonna add a little bit of visual interest with these splatters here. Stuff dries fast though. It dries very fast. It's processed white. Let me get this right here. Using Dr. P.H. Martin's. I'm going to finish it up with that one. Because I can drop a large amount on it. I think it's a little bit more viscous as well. A little thicker. Yeah, that works. Yeah. I got so much recording to do though between this and like vertical content. Social media is a full time job, y'all. Social media is a full time job. Full time job. It ain't for the faint of heart, especially when you have businesses. It's different when you're doing social media just to be what passes for social. I will never. Social media is probably the least social you can be. Um, but when you have businesses and because of the marketing landscape that demands social media, um, this is why virtual assistants are needed. And as the school grows and the studio grows, I'm probably going to be looking for a virtual assistant because I have weeks, if not months, as far as content, video content that can be used across platforms to promote my school and my studio. Literally, literally. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the solo Hancock on this. There we go. I'm going to put 23 on here. $623 completed. And we're done. We're done. We're done. I need to clean up this back a little bit because they'll probably have it graded. That's a thing. Actually just applied for my CGC artist account number to become a CGC approved artist, because a lot of people that have been purchased my stuff on other platforms. Again, this is my first year ever selling my art, and it's been a roller coaster. I've learned so much. Learned a lot. A lot. People are like, is this? Can you CGC this? Can you get yellow label, which basically certifies that I am the artist and this is my work. All right, so we are done with this. This is a nice little light streaming today. I'm gonna do some more sketch covers. I got so much stuff that I want to pedal with here, but I'm gonna go ahead and call this one just to let the algorithm know that I'm still alive here on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook. That we are still alive. Check us out. Visit kapowschool.com for more information. Again, you might want to ignore that 9 seats available. I have to change that graphic because I think now, after this week, it may be only 6 seats available, 6 or 7, because we have some people that have passed the first round of application interviews. But schedule your application interview now. It's free. It'll only take 15 minutes out of your day. And if the last convention was not a great convention, I did PopCon Louisville. It was their first show. I don't think they promoted it because everyone there did not know about it. It's a whole lot of things. I'm thinking about doing con reviews for those who are curious. I'm thinking about actually doing convention reviews on Ka-Pow, because this is all about education to the comic craft and related industries. Let me know. Leave a comment below. Like, follow, subscribe, all that great stuff. And we'll see how far but I'm going to start streaming at least 3 days a week here on Ka-Pow starting next week. I'll probably be back here on Monday. I have Capital City Comic Con next week, next Friday and Saturday and Sunday in Lansing, Michigan. So if you're there, come out, give a shout. Let a brother know that you exist, and if you saw me, and come check us out. Again, I'm just here to let you guys know that Ka-Pow can help you bring your stories to life. If you love drawing, you love the comic craft, and ever wanted to learn how, we will teach you here at Ka-Pow, the real art school for real people with real lives, taught by real industry pros. Check us out. Classes for 23-24 begin at early September. September 11th. Right now, we are in the midst of summer classes. That's only available for our students that are moving on to year 2. It's a 2-year comprehensive program where we teach you all the essential stuff to help you grow, to help you bring your stories to life, regardless of what your goals are. And so check us out. Again, I'm Doc Solo, as my students call me, Doc Solo with Ka-Pow, the Comic Art Academy, and I will see you guys later. Solo out.